So the Yankees are looking to build a supercharged bullpen with or without Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Let's get into that one right now. Gang, hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. I want to thank everybody, by the way, for helping this channel get past the 20,000 subscriber threshold yesterday. It's a great milestone. It's a great achievement, and I cannot thank you all enough, guys and gals, for all your support and your kind words of encouragement and pushing me and disagreeing with me and agreeing with me and everything. The combination, it's all of you that make the channel better. So I thank you for that very much. By the way, it's really sunny on one side, so you're probably only seeing part of my face right now. So, but with that said, we heard yesterday that the Yankees are looking to build a supercharged bullpen, whether they sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto or not. Okay? And that's music to my ears. As a Yankee fan, as a content creator, I'm sure it is to other Yankee fans and content creators too, right? They've always been known for their strong bullpens, and they're looking to fortify it. You don't have, your prototypical closer right now. Clay Holmes is good, but they're looking to complement it even further, which is great. And it doesn't look like Juan is coming back, so they have some pieces here that they need to replenish. And there's still no guarantee that they're going to keep Johnny Loizaga or even Tommy Kahnle, because they add up to about $8 million in payroll. And speaking of payroll, as it stands right now, the Yankees' payroll is $287 million. So they're right below the Cohen threshold, 297. Okay, if Yamamoto comes here, let's just say it's $30 million a year, which is probably light, and based on what we're hearing now with the $300 million plus offers already in hand, and you haven't even heard from Yankees, haven't gotten offers yet apparently from Yankees, Mets, and Dodgers. So you might have $300+ million offers to decide from. But as it stands right now, it's 287 without Yamamoto. If you get him at, let's just say 30, that takes him to 318. And every dollar over the Cohen threshold is taxed at $1. So if you're $20 million threshold, you're going to tax $20 million. So something to keep in mind. And again, how does that affect the Yankees' calculus moving forward? Because they did say they want to build a supercharged bullpen, but there's probably going to be a little bit of a different calculus when Yamamoto decides on who he's going to sign with. And if it's the Yankees, then I think they're going to act accordingly. But they're dead serious about adding to the bullpen, whether he comes here or not. And I have some options for it that I want to go over, and I want to know what your thoughts are. So, especially if you're a fan, you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit that sub button before you leave. I thank you so much. And hit the notification button, because I want to make sure you're in the front of the line when all the news comes in, Yankees or not. Okay, and again, I thank you. So here's some options. Let's just say they go with Yamamoto, meaning he's probably going to look for value finds. And again, value finds are guys that are relatively on the cheap that Matt Blake can work with and even improve even further. Hunter Stratton represents one. He's a 27-year-old right-handed pitcher, Pittsburgh system. Okay. Then you got Kane Middleton, who was traded to the Yankees from the White Sox. He's a 30-year-old right-handed pitcher. He was pretty decent with the Yankees. So, and this talks about him potentially coming back. And as well as other guys like Robert Stevenson, that's being talked about. He's being talked about as well. And we'll get to that. Colby Allard's another one. He's in the Braves system. Is a 26-year-old left-handed pitcher. These aren't sexy names, but again, these could be value finds if Yamamoto comes here, because he's obviously the key focus. He's the key get, right? And what they do beyond that is what they do beyond that. We just don't know what that's going to be. Josh Fleming's another one, a 28-year-old left-handed pitcher. These are all free agents right now, so you can get them just for cash. You don't have to trade for them. Okay? Allard, Fleming, got some left-handed options. We got some right-handed options. Okay? Familiar faces and non-familiar faces. Okay? And next up, if you want to go overseas, you got Uriel Rodriguez, a Cuban ball player, 26-year-old right-handed pitcher who played in Cuba and played in Japan. And then you got Yuki Matsui, the left-handed closer version. Essentially Mariano Rivera in Japan, 28-year-old left-handed pitcher. He's essentially their closer. You got Yamamoto as the right-handed ace. You got Shota Imanaga as the left-handed ace, and this is Yuki Matsui, the left-handed super closer. Let's just say the Josh Hader of Japan, not Mo. Let's not. Mo is the gold standard. So, by Yuki Matsui. So that's two overseas options. And if you really want to go for the gusto, if they say, you know what, the hell with it, we're going to go for the big dogs. Amir Garrett is one, 31-year-old left-handed pitcher. And then you got Josh Hader as the other. And I haven't even mentioned Jordan Hicks. He's another one. Okay? Jordan Hicks is another one. So, And for some reason, I don't have him on here, so my apologies about it. And he's been talked about. The Yankees have shown interest in him as well. And, he's also a hard-throwing 27-year-old right-handed pitcher, hard thrower. He's been through the Blue Jay system. He's with the Cardinals closer. He's got a 100-plus fastball. He's got a pretty wicked arsenal. But Josh Hader as well, 29-year-old left-handed pitcher, just the first time in free agency. Probably looking to break Edwin Diaz's closer record last year of, I think it was 5 years, 100, whatever it was, 105 million. So he's probably going to break that. This guy's a career 250 ERA. He had about a 120 ERA in 2023 with the Padres. He's absolutely lights out. Now, let's just say they don't get Yamamoto. This tells me that they're going to need to still get a starter. Tells everybody they're going to need a starter and the reliever. And there are 3 trades that I think from 3 teams that represent teams that could probably address both at the same time. First is the White Sox. Dylan Cease, 27-year-old right-handed pitcher with 2 years of control, and Garrett Crochet, 24-year-old left-handed pitcher. That's what I would be going for. Cease is the biggest piece here. Would it cost a lot? Yeah. But if you're not going to go spend that much money on Yamamoto, then it makes sense to make an aggressive trade. And here's an aggressive trade. Cease takes care of that. And they were probably in a position to add another cheap right-handed pitcher like a Frankie Montez or something like that. So, or somebody else. But Cease would be the big get in this trade, add to the rotation. And Garrett Crochet would be a fireballing lefty with nasty off-speed stuff to add to the bullpen. Okay? Then you will pivot to the Guardians. Shane Bieber, 28-year-old right-handed pitcher, who's a year away from free agency, and Emmanuel Clase, to me, who's the big get on this trade. In the White Sox trade, the starter was the big get. In the Guardians trade, the closer is the big get. 25-year-old right-handed pitcher from Dominican Republic. He's got 5 years of control at about $30 million left altogether in those 5 years. So that is going to cost a king's ransom. Okay? But here's the trade. This is probably going to be a more expensive, well, I think almost definitely a more expensive trade than the White Sox. But we know that Clase is on the trading block. So is Shane Bieber. Okay, we know that Dylan Cease is available. We don't know about Garrett Crochet, but he's a guy that would ask about in Dylan Cease talks. And if there's already been mentions that they would not hesitate to pivot to Dylan Cease. And I would not hesitate to pivot to Garrett Crochet. And if not, get one of these other guys, even a Jordan Hicks. Still want to fortify one way or the other. Okay. And lastly, this is probably the most realistic trade. One with the Marlins, okay? And I haven't even included Jesus Luzardo. There's 3 pitchers on the block here. Edward Cabrera, 25-year-old right-handed pitcher. Braxton Garrett, 26-year-old left-handed pitcher. I think any combination of one of those 2 starters or one of these 2 relievers, A.J. Puck, 28-year-old left-handed pitcher. Andrew Nardi, 25-year-old left-handed pitcher. Those are the 2 relievers on the bottom. Those are the 2 starters on the top. And with the exception of A.J. Puck, who has 3 years of control before free agency, all these other guys have about 5 years of control before free agency. So controllable years, okay, which would give great value. Yes, it would cost. The Marlins happen to like the Yankees bats and need bats. The Yankees happen to like the Marlins arms and need arms. So this, to me, represents the most realistic fit of all the trade partners between the Guardians, the White Sox, and the Marlins. And you can even if they may not even have to move Gleyber Torres. You can move an Everson Pereira and Oswald Peraza and fortify the package that way, and with some more bats as well. Who knows and I know the Marlins are interested in Gleyber Torres, so if you have to move him, he might be part of this. But if you can extract one of these guys or even a Jesus Luzardo with one of these relievers, it could be a worthwhile trade. So those are the options I had, and I think represent the most logical fits. Excuse me for not including, I don't know why I didn't include Jordan Hicks, my apologies there, or Jesus Luzardo. Well, Luzardo didn't fit on that slide. So, but am I missing anybody? Let me know. Load up the comments. Let's talk about this. And again, this is whether they sign Yamamoto or whether they not sign Yamamoto. They're still looking to fortify their bullpen. There'll be less of a need to fortify the rotation if they get Yamamoto. There'll obviously be more of a need to fortify the rotation and the bullpen if they don't get him. So these ones represent the most logical fits to me. Let me know what they are to you. If you have any other ones, put them in the comments. Excuse me if it's really windy out here. It's really cold too. But have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you next time.